I want to take you to the HP homepage for a second. As well as all of the normal product information and support links like downloads for drivers, there's this Learn More area which is full of really useful information. For example, there's training on doing digital photography, but today I want to take a look at this, the Activity Center. Because in this age of consumerism, I think one of the greatest gifts we can give each other are those that we create ourselves. And if you're like me, well, you need all the help you can get in the creative area. So the HP Activity Center has all sorts of projects. It's a resource for everything you can imagine inkjet printing related. Down the left-hand side here, we find all of the general areas, doing albums and picture frames, calendars, cards. So you can browse through this to get ideas. If you don't really know what you want to do, but you want to do a fun project, you can just browse through this area. In this center section, we find all of our different seasonal projects. Right now, Halloween is just upon us, so we see all sorts of pumpkin carving and other Halloween crafts. Of course, come Christmas time, we'll see Christmas crafts. In February, there'll be a whole bunch of Valentine's type crafts listed out here. Now, if you know the project that you want to work on, instead of browsing through all of the different areas, you can go straight to it. Now, I am working on a project for Christmas for my family. I want to do a great photo calendar. So I actually can just go straight in and go straight to the template that I want to work with here from the Project Finder. Now, in this window here, it tells us how long each project is going to take. This one here is estimated to be about 1 hour long. The level of skill required, which in this case is medium, and that's the top level that I can actually work on, the media size, and the type of paper that you want to use. The last thing you want to do is get everything ready to go and then not have the right paper available to print it off. So they make sure that you have all of that information, plus the rating of how much people have liked the project. And this one here got a very high rating. That's one of the reasons that I chose it, and I agree. It's a great project. The next screen tells us some of the more specific details, such as a list of all of our important dates. That's something important to remember if you're doing a calendar and you want to put in each important date on people's calendar, especially if you want to put in your birthday on the calendar so they remember your birthday. Now we choose the year and then the month. Now in this particular project, we go month by month and build each calendar page independently. So I think it's going to actually take us a little bit more than an hour to do from start to finish, but I'm enjoying the process nonetheless. I'm going to choose the October date for this particular calendar to show you right now, and then we move on. Now this is one of the wizard-driven calendars. Some of them, as I say, are very simple ones that you just download a few graphics and you can do the whole project in 5 minutes. This one here is actually using the internet for us to upload the photos, work with the templates, and then we're going to finally download a PDF of our finished project. It's actually using HP's online photo site, which is called Snapfish. So let me show you what happens here. First of all, we're going to choose the color scheme that we want and the kind of graphical treatment that we want. Now in this origami style calendar, we have several to choose from. I like just the basic one, so I'm going to choose that one. I'm going to move to next, adding photos and text, and that now goes out on the internet and downloads the template. We can see what our whole calendar page is going to look like with placeholders in place. I'm going to click here to add my photo and then replace that placeholder photo with one of my photos. Now, if you don't have a Snapfish account, you can go into your My Pictures folder now and upload any photos you want. I actually have a Snapfish account, and I've already started uploading the different photos that I want to use for this calendar project. So it takes me into my Snapfish online album, and here's all of my calendar pics. I haven't chosen them all for this project, but I've got a start, and I know that I have the right picture for October. And why do I know I have the right picture for October? Because it's this one here with Emma trick-or-treating, perfect for October, and Melissa's birthday is in October, so I get a double whammy on the photo. Once you've imported the photo, you can adjust the brightness, contrast, scaling, you can flip it, you can rotate it, you can crop it, you can make it look perfect on the page. Then when you say done with photo, you get to add a little more decoration to the page. You can add something called overlays, and these are just little extra graphic treatments to make each calendar page look a little bit different. If I want to add these little kind of flowers, I just click there and you can see the flowers are now laid in, not just on top of the graphics, but right into the photo area to kind of blend everything together. Once you're done with all of that setup, then you can start adding all of your important dates. Now, October 24th is Melissa's birthday, so I'm going to type in and you can choose whatever font you want, make it look as fancy as you want, choose a different color if you'd like for the text. And once we're done with that, then we can choose our final stage here, which is download and print. And what happens now is the wizard here will actually create a PDF document with everything encapsulated in it. Now, I recommend that you save this onto your hard drive so that you can go back, open it again, print it off again if you want later. Because I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. So you're going to print off one of these calendars and give it away as a gift, and then everybody's going to want one. So you're going to want to not have to go back in and recreate it, but instead, if you have it saved as a PDF document on your computer, you can access it right away. Once you're done with it, you print it off. Now, I've printed this one off already for us to see, and you can take a look. This page, looking great. It looks like a really nice calendar page. Now, in a case like a project like this one, as I say, I think it's going to take a little bit more than the hour that they recommend here to complete, but the results are darn satisfying. And before we leave the Activity Center, I want to show you just one other thing. Now, besides all of the different projects, they also have a lot of articles and tips to help improve your craft skills. If we take a look down the left-hand side here, say in the quilting area, that's a really popular craft area. There, if we go down in the bottom, we find supporting articles, such as quilting and photography. A lot of quilters like to add photos, but it's difficult adding photos to quilting projects because it's all on cloth. Here's detail and some instructions about how you can do that and to give quilters a better idea of how to incorporate photos. Now, one thing to remember about all of this is you're not limited to exactly what they say in the projects. This one here calls for, the one that I'm working on, calls for it to be printed on photo paper, but I think I might try a page on canvas and see how that looks. It might give the calendar a whole different and really nice feel. And when you got a printer like this one here, well, then new ideas should spring to mind. The Activity Center is constantly evolving as they add new templates and ideas. It's a great place to cruise for ideas, as well as a great place to go when you have a specific need. If you really get into the swing of things with these projects and you want to up the ante somewhat, then a visit to Snapfish is in order. Actually, depending which projects you choose, you might already be using Snapfish. It is, of course, HP's online photo site. You can store your pictures on Snapfish, share them with others, and you can order from dozens of gifts using your photos as a theme. So when it comes to making personalized gifts that are going to be cherished, this is a good place to know about. I have my Snapfish account open here, and you can see the different photo albums that I have uploaded. Here's the calendar album that I'm working on to create my great new Christmas gift calendar. Now, I can create new photo albums here, share them with my friends and family if I want. And one of the things I like most about Snapfish is I can upload my photos in high resolution, meaning that if I'm going to use the photos for any gifts, I can print them out in high resolution, which is going to give me a much better quality product at the end. To give you an idea of some of the different gifts that you can order, you go into the store, and here we see we can order, of course, photos on prints, but here we have photo cards, greeting cards, calendars. Fancier calendars is the one that I'm working on. Ornaments. I like the ornaments area. If you want to do Christmas tree ornaments, you can create your own photo-based Christmas tree ornaments in this area. Working our way down, we find mugs, stationery. Let's take a look at the mugs. Actually, I did a really great gift Christmas time last year for my family is I made a candy tin with a photo lid that everybody really appreciated. When we look at the mugs, which is what I'm thinking about for this year, we see that there's not just little mugs that only hold a few ounces of coffee. No, no, no. We got big 15-ounce coffee mugs, mugs that are worthy of being called a mug. So you choose your photo from your list of photos, and then you just basically work your way through, framing it, positioning it, adding text if you want, basically just working through in a wizard, just like we did for the calendar, but instead it's all going to be wrapped and placed on the ceramic mug. At the end of the time, you just enter your credit card information, decide how many you want to order, and they're always going to give you a discount if you order extras, and then make sure it's shipped to you in time for Christmas. You know, there are so many creative little projects that we can do with a little bit of time, a little bit of imagination, and a little bit of exploring. And the SIR, or the Satisfaction Index of Return on all of these projects, it is off the scale. The world of digital imaging has taken both our digital cameras and our printers into a realm we never fully envisioned even a few years ago. I love the fact that we now get to do far more than just put pictures in a photo album. Even craft challenged people, like myself, can produce wonderful results, and there is so much content available, both in the software that ships with our devices and on the web. So you should have no trouble at all coming up with unique and appreciated projects. That's all the time we have for today's show. If you want more information on any of the products we covered, please drop by our website at dottotech.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on Dotto Tech.